Welcome to the Rangers Respite. Um, I'm Philip. I'm here with Henry and Frosty. So you guys
Hello.
have any stories?
Um, would you like to hear the one where I almost became Druid multi-class?
Yeah.
So, I play Ulfgar Frostbeard, our dwarven paladin of Cord, in our group's campaign, and
Mhm.
very early on when we all started playing together, we're going through Sunless Citadel on our search to find Sharwin and Talgwyn, the two people who had previously been brought down there, and Sir Bradford and this other druid named Balak. So we were, you know, rummaging our way through, fighting other monsters. We took a wrong turn. We fought the big bug thing. It was this big crazy bug thing.
An
Anyway, I
Umber
killed
Hulk,
that too.
Yeah.
This was an Umber Hulk. That's
Yeah.
right. Ran up, crunched it with my warhammer,
And then we ran away from something else.
and then there was there was this giant thing, carrier or red as we called him, our lizard folk partner, was tried to talk to it real quick, but that didn't go so well. We all just ran.
Didn't go well the other time either.
Doesn't go well whenever you try to talk to anything. Just fight. But anyway, so as our party of five of us, there was Larissa, Chuck, Gail, myself, and Red. And as we're coming to the little bit of the final area, you see this massive, like sickly grown, overgrown tree that was the Gulith tree. And beneath it, there are three people: this druid-looking guy, Bellic, Sir Bradford, and I think it was Talgwyn or Sharon, one of the two. We're just kind of standing there in a trio, watching this tree look absorbing something or doing something crazy inside. We were sent in to go get Talgwyn and bring proof of him as like signet ring or something like that. So we line up, me and Gail gonna go take on Sir Bradford. Heard he's got some wicked cool sword. And then Chuck and Red are off on the side, about to do some support fire. Larissa, our cleric, ready to charge in with her two shields, which is dope. All right.
Yeah.
Boom. They see us. They spot us because none of us can sneak
I think at
at
that
all.
point all of us were wearing either chainmail or plate mail, except for Chuck.
I think what's the one below plate mail?
That I believe that's chainmail
Splint.
or
Splint.
splint. Yeah.
At least two or three of us had splint. But anyway, we start our encounter. The druid starts slinging spells at the other spell slinger, and Red, who was our ranger. Larissa's standing over there blocking shots from, I think there was Archer, one of the Sharwin or Talgwyn was using a bow or something. But then me and Gale go straight at Sir Bradford, and in the first round, Sir Bradford attacks me and just shatters my shield. It's really annoying because I liked it, so I ended up just beating Sir Bradford down in 2 hits, or one. I think it was just with a couple of hits, he falls as I jump over and run over to the next one. I call dibs on the sword. But Gale reached to the other guy first. Gale reached Balak first.
Yeah.
And Balak threw up some spell that blocked Gale's sword from hitting him. And just in time, I was able to come by, leap off the side of the tree, and swing my warhammer down and smack both of them. Well, not both of them, just Balak. Balak fell. Short little while later, I was able to run over and get the third guy as well, finishing off everybody, being the hero that I am and humble. But so combat's over. I got this cool shiny sword called Shatter Spike. It's awesome. I love that sword. But the problem was we had to get the signet ring from this really gnarly, kind of like vampire vibus tree, kind of very gothic.
Yeah, and because the tree was absorbing people.
Yeah, so it was just I don't remember or if we ever discovered, but it was just absorbing people and like succumbing them, and it had eaten. It must have been Talgwyn because he would have had the signet ring.
Right.
But anyway, I walk up to the tree, place my hand on it, and I just start whispering, I know you're not an evil tree. You were tormented and twisted to be this way. But if you have this signet ring, please give it to us. And just muttered some, sweet songs of nothing and da 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 da. And moments later, the tree just, the signet ring appears on what looks to be its own little growing spike off the side, which is the dagger Gulath's heart as well. So not only did we get the signet ring, we also got a nice little dagger.
Well,
and
did you guys ever figure out the lore behind the Gulthias tree?
nope.
I don't think we did.
Oh, I'll fill you in on that after you finish.
And this all happened because our dungeon master sometimes bends the rules and allows natural 20s to allow you to do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh,
Yeah, I always love fiddling around with natural 20s. It's always a fun time.
Well, the other thing is, like, it's a story. And the only rules that matter are the rules that the DM lays down. So, if it makes a better story for that natural 20 to get the signet ring and Gulthias' heart out of the tree, then maybe that's just what the natural 20 does.
Yeah, and like some of the lore behind it really fit that response, because I'll fill you in now. The Gulthias tree grew from a stake that was staked through a vampire's heart, which is why it was all twisted and gnarled. So you basically just stole that from the tree, and you basically kind of started healing the tree a little bit.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
pretty rad.
So,
I think you told us that, to be honest with you. I just don't remember it.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a really fun bit of role play.
So, like, if we went back, would the tree be in better shape?
Probably, unless something fiddled with it, which is always a possibility.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even talk about there's a couple stories that we jumped over to actually get to this ending one. But there's when
When
the
career.
good word of cord.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
There's the negotiations with Usadrill
And the dragon.
and the dragon. Yeah, the dragon was a good one too.
Yeah,
Can I?
We'll definitely have to come back to this well.
Yeah.
Of good story.
Oh, and there's also Meepo.
Yes, the introduction of Meepo, who was
Going to be the big bad evil guy of our campaign.
Yeah,
Who-
you guys are gonna get to the bottom of Dungeon of the Mad Mage. You're gonna find Hallister, and then he's just gonna his eyes are gonna bulge as he's gonna fall off Meepo's knife.
And then we've got to fight
I'll
Meepo.
fight the shit out of Meepo.
Oh,
Come
I
here,
have
you little
plans
bitch.
for him.
Oh,
You know, he could definitely go Oath of Vengeance Paladin.
Oh, man.
actually, that'd be sweet. If we were both level 20, we could just fly around hitting each other.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'll be a fun encounter when that happens.
Oh, and then we've
Shit.
also got the fact that Gale's carrying around a bag of holding with a petrified kobold in it.
You have the petrified kobold. There's just a bunch of goofy stories that
Yeah.
our group has kind of made up.
Oh, and then our party name.
Yeah, I thought about we hadn't come up since Sunless Citadel, then Forge of Fury. We didn't have a party name. That's a different story, though. That's
Yeah.
We came up with our party name in the middle of the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, or the beginning of the Mad Mage, because our dungeon master is just pressuring us constantly. Like, who are you guys? And we're like, we don't know.
Yeah, what an asshole.
So for like 20, 30 minutes, we sat there trying to come up with a name,
I
and
I
that's probably one of the funnier stories from us.
yeah. Maybe next weekend.
Maybe next weekend.
So, you got any good stories?
I've got a couple. I think I'm gonna tell part of the story of the aboleth. Uh,
Ah,
his his name is Malash, um, but you guys don't know that yet.
no.
Um, so he's one of the benchmark enemies in my homebrew campaign that fell apart. But every once in a while, I run a campaign through that, or a one shot through that world. So every once in a while, I get to have him fiddle with some. Currently, he's sitting in the water supply of the Dwarven capital. No
Dawn's
one
Peak.
can. Yeah, Dawn's Peak. No one can touch him because he's enslaved the Dwarven king. Uh, the the problem that this leads to is that the mere presence of an aboleth magically fouls any water within its lair. Um, so there's no drinkable water in all of Dawn's. So this led to two separate one shots, and I'll tell you the first one um, that are sent to fix this problem. The first one, a group of adventurers were sent to parley with the elven, uh, somebody in the elven government to see if they can give some magically purified water so it won't get tainted by the aboleth. Well, set up a trade agreement. So I think this was the first one of the first sessions with your druid, Henry. I don't remember.
Oh, Locag. You're talking about Locag. That would be
Yeah,
the second session. The first session was with Philip ran the one where we had to go fight the fish people,
Oh yeah, Kotoas.
right.
and I didn't understand how to play druid, so I tried to hit stuff.
Right. I remember that one too. That's another fun story. But so Locag and his group were sent to parley with the elven government. They got basically there was a dwarven NPC with them who was basically built to be a healer. And he went to parley, and they got an agreement to venture into the Feywild to deliver a letter for this guy, and he'll set them up with water. And as anybody who's been to the Feywild knows, that's not a simple task. So one thing led to another, and they eventually had to do a favor for Queen Titania, namely to go into this giant hedge maze of not druids, it's dryads, to pull some leaves off of a tree that the queen of the dryads had been magically bound to centuries before.
Oh boy.
So this wasn't a normal hedge maze as well, because nothing's normal in the Feywild.
No.
So the hedge maze was laid out where there was just a straight path down straight to the center. But every time they came to an intersection, a dryad would charm them and pull them off the path, and then disappear into the hedges.
Oof.
And each thing led to another thing. Some led to tables of fruits, which they were forced to eat, which made it harder to return to the material plane. So one led to a large room where people entering from one side and people entering the other would appear to each other as if they were enemies.
Oh. Oh
Yeah,
boy.
there were some assassin vines, and it was pretty treacherous. Um, and then they eventually made it all the way down. It was only like I think it was only like 100 feet from the entrance of the maze to the end of the maze. But it took the group like probably 3 hours to get there.
Oh.
Yeah,
Um,
that was exciting.
yeah, and then they had a role playing encounter with the Queen of the Dryads, uh, where they offered to try to break the curse set forth by the Queen of Air and Darkness herself. Um,
Good
I
luck
had
with
to do
that.
some I had to do some quick math to come up with a DC for that check, and I decided that it was going to be the equivalent of a 12th level spell to break. So for those of you who know what a dispel magic, you
Yeah.
basically have to roll a 10 plus the spell's level. So the DC for that is 22. Lokag rolled his dispel magic, and he got a 22.
Oh,
He
nice.
he basically broke a lesser god's curse on this on this dryad.
It was a good time.
Definitely definitely making himself an enemy that he doesn't know yet. But at the same time, he freed this dryad. However, the curse, like a cut rubber band, flew back to its anchoring point and awakened this tree and made it go mad. So they had to fight this treant in the middle of a grove,
Oh
where
boy.
every turn, twig blights would just fall like form out of the hedges. So they had to damage this tree enough to get it to drop enough leaves for a cup of tea for Titania, all
Yep.
while avoiding these twig blights and securing their route to escape.
Oh boy.
Uh, these were level 5 PCs fighting a
Yep.
CR 10 plus a steady stream of CR quarter. It was rough. I think almost all of you got down to single digit health.
Yeah, I think by the time we made our escape, the only reason we were able to escape was because let's see, because we had a halfling barbarian, the dwarf, who was the NPC, me, and who else was playing in that one shot with us?
My brother playing.
That's right. He was playing a monk. That's right.
Yep.
And this entire time, I was just eating food in the Feywild and telling people my name.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Hello, I'm Lokag. What's this fruit? If I had my character sheet, I could probably tell you what the fruit was. I don't have it on me though.
Yeah. Luckily, no one you told your name asked for it. Um, so you got off free there. However, every time you ate any food, the DC to escape the Feywild was increased. So I think your wisdom save to leave was like a 15, 16.
Ooh.
Oh yeah,
Oh boy.
we did get out of the Feywild.
Oh yeah.
You did, but it was not a guarantee.
No, it wasn't. So
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 all this happened because there's a big tentacly psychic monster swimming in a crystalline basin on top of a mountain.
I think that's probably just about all the time that we've got.
Yeah, I think you're right.
yeah, probably.
So hopefully we can do this again sometime. Until
Oh
then,
yeah.
until then, stay happy, stay geeks. Prosit.